Hello dear viewers, hope you all are doing well. Welcome to revision time. We are studying Unit 2 Forms of Business Organization Business Studies Class 11. In our previous videos we have covered the Unit 1, that is Business, Trade and Commerce, and if you have missed the video, attaching the link in the description box. Please go through it. And if you have missed subscribing to our channel, please subscribe and hit on the bell icon so that you do not miss important video notifications. Today we will be studying about different types of business organization. So far in the first chapter we have studied about what is economic and non-economic activities. We have studied what are the characteristics of business, which are the different different types of industries, what is commerce. So we have studied very basic and very simple meaning of business and what is a business. So today we will be studying about different types of businesses. So there are different types of businesses. That can be a sole proprietorship, it can be a company, it can be a partnership business, it can be a joint venture. So these are different types of business which we will be studying in our coming videos. So sole proprietorship, as the name suggests, there will be only one. Sole means one, so only one person who will be running the business. Partnership means 2 or 3 persons come together and start a business, will be a partnership. Company, where more than 7 people or 10 people come together and start a business, we call it as a company. Joint venture is also when more people come together, invest their capital and start a business, is known as joint venture. So in this chapter we will be studying all about different types of business, how many people are involved, what is their capital investment, how much will be their liability, what will be their responsibility towards the business, how they will be sharing the profit, what are the characteristics of that business. All such we will be studying in our this chapter, that is forms of business organization. So today we will be completely concentrating on sole proprietorship. We will be studying what is the meaning, and we will be looking into different characteristics, how many people are involved, and what are the merits and demerits of sole proprietorship. So let's start. Sole proprietorship means sole means single. So, in a business where there is only one person involved and who is looking entirely into the business, who is investing capital, who is into the buying and selling of products, who is looking into the who is distributing the profits, who is liable for the business, is known as sole proprietorship, where there will be only one person. So, let us read here. Refers to a forms of business organization which is owned, managed and controlled by an individual who is recipient of all profits and bears all risk. So here he owns, manages and controls. And since he owns, manages and controls, he is also takes off all the profits and also has to face the risk by himself. The owner is personally liable for the payment of debts in case of assets to the business that are not sufficient to meet all the debts. So if there are any risk and in case there are any debts, he is personally liable, because when there are profits, he is enjoying those profits. Then in that case, when there are debts, he has to repay those debts. So a single person who is looking entirely to the business is known as, this type of business organization is known as sole proprietorship. And the person who is involved in this business is known as entrepreneur. He is known as an entrepreneur. The single person is known as entrepreneur, and the business which he sets up is known as enterprise. So entrepreneur and enterprise. So entrepreneur, it's a very important that the single owner, the owner of the business is known business who gets an idea to start the business is known as entrepreneur, and the outcome, the business, is known as enterprise. Now let us look into the features of sole proprietorship. So formation and closure. He is only one person, so he will form it, and if he has to close down the business, there's no need that he has to take any permissions from anyone. So there is not such any legal procedures he has to follow. So he can open the business very aram se, and he can close the business also aram se. There are no legal proceedings. In case he is establishing any business which requires license or something, that of case, then yes, there will be some legal proceedings. But in case if he is establishing a business, a normal course of business, then he can form it anytime and he can dissolve it anytime. Next is liability. Liability, as a simple term, means responsibility. He is responsible for all the debts. He enjoys all the profits. He is responsible for all the debts. Whatever he has borrowed from the banks or from the creditors, he is liable to pay off that debts because he is the single owner. Sole risk bearer and the profit recipient. Yes, again the same thing. He is the sole, single, only one. He is the single risk bearer. There are no other persons involved in the business. So whatever risk that business is facing, he has to face it. And since he is facing the risk, whatever profit that business is earning, he enjoys it. So he is a profit recipient. Control. Here control is, since he is a single person, he has fully control over the business. Whatever decisions he can take, whatever plannings he wants to do, he can make it himself. Whatever purchases he wants to do, he can allocate the budgets according to himself. There is no need that he has to take permission from the other people who are involved in the business, because he is the single person, he is the sole person, he is an entrepreneur who is running this business. So he has complete control over the business. No separate entity. So since he is the single owner, whatever the debts, whatever the profits the business is making is all his. So there is no separate entity. If he is liable to pay any debts, if the business is liable to pay any debts, it means that he is liable to pay the debts. Lack of business continuity. So here it means that since he is a single owner, so here it means that since he is a single owner, in case of death of owner or bankruptcy or insolvency, any such cases, there might be the closure of business. Since he has to close down the business, there is a doubt of continuity, business continuity, long run. So there is a lack of business continuity in case of sole proprietorship. So single ownership, one person, he has complete, no sharing of profits and losses. Since he is the one person, he has entire rights over the profit and he is entirely liable to the losses also. One man capital, whatever he is investing in the business is his money. So it's one man capital business. Unlimited liability. Here unlimited liability, it means that since he is investing everything and there is no separate entity, whatever the business is liable, he is liable. So in case if he is overpayment of dues, then there is unlimited liability, which means that he has to keep upfront his personal assets to pay off the creditors. Next is less legal formalities. As we have discussed, there are no much legal formalities in formation and closure. He can open anytime and he can close the business anytime. Next is one man control. Yes, entirely the business is one man control. So these are the features of sole proprietorship. Now let us look into the merits of sole proprietorship. Merits in the sense, what are the different advantages that a single person, this entrepreneur, enjoys by a sole proprietorship. Quick decision making. Yes, if in case there is any such situation which requires a quick decision, then as a sole owner, as an entrepreneur, he can plan the things and take a quick decision. But in case when there are two or more people involved, then there is a need that we have to concern with every person who is involved in the business. We have to listen to their ideas, we have to listen to their concerns. So here there is no such thing we have to do. This is the very big merit of a sole proprietorship, that he can take quick decisions as he is a sole owner. He can think from all perspectives and take a decision. Confidentiality of information. Since he is a single owner, there is no such thing that the confidential or the secret matters of a business will be leaked. So there will be confidential, the secrets, the business matters will be within the business and within himself only. Next is direct incentive. So since he is bearing all the risks, he is enjoys all the profits too, and whatever the business is earning, whatever incentives is there, he enjoys those directly. Sense of accomplishment. Here again, whatever profits he is earning, it's completely his. He need not to distribute it among others. So there is a sense of accomplishment. Whatever profits the business is earning, he enjoys those. Next, easy formation and closure. Again the same thing. We have studied that sole proprietorship, there are no much legal proceedings or no legal formalities he has to follow. He can form the business, he can and he can even dissolve the business anytime. These are the merits of sole proprietorship. Now, demerits of sole proprietorship, which is disadvantages, that are limited resources. Which means that since he is a single person and if he requires any additional capital or any such thing, he cannot depend on any other person. There might be chances that the banks also may not grant loans to him. So there are very few resources that is available. He has whatever it is, he has to invest by himself. So limited resources. Limited life of business concern. We have just studied that there is a lack of business continuity, because if there is any insolvency, bankruptcy or death of the owner, there is the possibility that we have to shut down the business. So limited life of business concern. Next is unlimited liability. Unlimited liability we have just discussed. Unlimited matlab there he has unlimited responsibility. He is responsible to pay off all the debts. In case the dues, if he has to pay the creditors and the business is in loss, in that case, even after selling the assets of the business, if he is not able to pay to the creditors, he has to keep his personal assets, sell off his personal assets, and then he has to pay to his creditors. So unlimited liability. Next, limited managerial ability. So as a sole owner, he has to play the role of all managerial abilities. So there is limited managerial ability too, because he has to take decisions, he has to think of purchase, selling, purchase and buying, setting of prices, everything, whatever is involved, he is responsible. He is single thinker, single doer. So there is a limited managerial ability too. So these are our merits, advantages and disadvantages of sole proprietorship. Even though there are few of disadvantages, there are a lot of advantages which are associated to sole proprietorship. So today we see that there are many number of people who are very much interested to become an entrepreneur, to form their businesses. So it's just an idea that we need, and the amount of capital according to the business which we want to establish and the skills that we require, then we can form a business and continue our business. But there are various types of demerits also we have to keep in mind and plan accordingly. So this is about sole proprietorship. We have studied about meaning, we looked into the features, merits and demerits. In next video, we will be studying about next form of business organization. Until then, if you have any confusion, you can put up a comment and we will be happy to help you. If you have missed subscribing to our channel, kindly subscribe, like our video and share our video with your friends. See you in the next video. Happy learning.